Good morning. Good morning, people. I hope you are good. Just going to, excuse me, I'm just going to wait a few moments. I had two of you waiting, raring to go. Good morning. Excuse me. Oh, hi, Millie. Hi, Kay. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Anne. Good morning, everybody. I can hardly see out my window today because it's covered in raindrops. We always talk about the weather, don't we? Oh, excuse me. So it's perfect crafting day today. Let's make a positive out of it. It's the perfect crafting weather today. So, I'm on the big screen with Wendy. That's great. So yes, coffee and card round 40, and it's week 4 this week already. My goodness, these weeks go by so quickly. We're already on the 9th of July, so we're already nearly a third of the way through this month. So I've got a few things to share with you. I don't want to go overkill with the plugin for classes, so I've just got a couple of things to share. Hope you've been enjoying my blogging. So I don't think I mentioned this last week. I can't remember. But I think I've blogged, we're on the 9th, 5 or 6 times in July. So I'm really trying to blog a mixture of sharing offers and what's happening in the Stampin' Up world, and then sharing some crafting inspiration. So I used to do my blog all the time, and sadly with everything else, well, because there's so many plates to spin, that was the plate that stopped spinning. But I have really been enjoying doing it. So I know round 40, Wendy. So yeah, so if you've been enjoying it, then please continue to do so. And you can find it at, it's just www.thepaperhaven.co.uk. Okay. Morning, Cheryl. So yeah, I've been enjoying doing that and sharing with you. Morning, Caroline. We're not too bad, thank you. And I've got my kits out for kidneys that's still ongoing. I've sold 10 kits so far, 90 to go. So lots of things happening. Let me just turn the camera around. Okay, and I'll just lower my camera a little bit. And right, so we're on week 4. So next week, the next round of coffee and cards starts on the 30th of July, which is 3 weeks today. And bookings are open just for 1 more week. Okay. You can order any kit if you want, Wendy. I've chosen like the 5 most popular ones. But don't pay the postage. Let me know when I'm posting them on to people. But yeah, I've chosen the 5 most popular. Oh, have I gone quiet? It's because I've changed over, so I will try and talk into my phone a bit more. So yeah, what happens is I put my head down, and then I forget that the camera's above me. So yes, it's any kit. Well, I've picked 5, but just let me know, Wendy. So yes, the next round of coffee and card is it's round 41, and it's with the Mediterranean blooms. And you can either go with the full bundle, or you can just go with papers only. And thank you to those who've booked already. I think we've got 4 booked on, 4 or 5. And if you go for the full bundle, you will get to choose a number from my 51. For 51, hiya Betty, you'll get to choose a number from my 51 for 51. So if you go for that full option and you order it in the next week, because that's when it closes. And here's a little patchwork. Well, I'm not saying there's a little one, there's a larger one. We're going to do this large one. So they're 2 of the cards. I really do need to make some more cards with that suite. And then the next round, round 42, starts on 3rd of September, and that's with the wonderful new Christmas online exclusive, papers, which are these ones. These beauties. So this is going to be the round that starts on 3rd of September. And I'm also doing a parcel in the post with this, which I recently advertised at the weekend. And if you, I think there's 3 options for this. If you go for option C, which is the top one, you get a free reel of Very Vanilla ribbon. And also a Go In My 51 for 51. And the ribbon is beautiful. Now, you may have seen my social media this morning. You may not have done. But I have another class coming up. I can't remember the date. So watch this space. I haven't popped it on yet. I'm going to do a bow class, all about bows, because I have been asked again. It's something I did quite a few years ago. So yes, we're going to be using this ribbon, and we're going to be using these papers. And check out my social media. I'm going to be showing you how to do a lovely double bow, a standard one, a faux bow, a one rounder fork, well, a large fork. So yes, that's going to be in person and online. And I've completely forgotten the dates. I think the online's mid-August and the in-person is beginning of September. So just look out for that. I will be putting that on in the next couple of days. And here's a little card I've made with it. You can see the shimmer. It's Night of Navy, Cheryl, and then a bit of Lemon Lolly. Sorry, I just saw your... There we go. Little cheeky little card made using the papers and the greetings. Right, let's do this week's card. Let's crack on. Right, so this is the card. This is my original design with crumb cake, and then I decided that I preferred it with pecan pie. So you've got pecan pie and a card base. You've got a piece of white. You've got a die cut. Mine's a bit grubby. And a piece of spotty ribbon. Now, I can't remember it. I think I must have put you some linen thread in as well. I'm hoping I did. So, yes, that's what we have. And I'm going to use the checked green papers. I'm using those a lot. We used them last week, didn't we? Now, if you want to, you could use the purple ones instead. But I'm going to use those. And we're going to cut the paper down. So I've got 2 cards here to show you because I've done this on my demo day as well. So we're going to cut it 8.5 centimetres, 8.5. Yes, Wendy, and the stamp set is very similar to that, to the Forever Fern stamp set as well. So it's 8.5 by 12.8. That's all we're using paper-wise today. Oh, I've just found my book with my class lists in. So for anyone interested in the bow class, the online one is the 10th of August and the in-person is the 7th of September. Okay, so that's going to sit on there like that. I do like having, when you've got a dark paper, or DSP, sometimes you might hear it called, I do like to have a bit of a white border. So if anyone's crafting along and you didn't take part, then the white card is 9 by 13.3, okay? Don't stick that onto your card base yet because we have some ribbon and thread to do. So we'll do that towards the end. Now, have I also, I haven't given myself this, given you, if you got the dies included, you will have had a scrap of crumb cake card if you got the dies. If you didn't get the dies, I think I've die cut you a trolley. But I didn't die cut one for myself, so, or put myself any card in. So what I'm going to do is just cut a little bit of crumb cake for the trolley. Now this is like a garden centre. This is a garden centre trolley. So if you got the dies included, you can cut out your own trolley. If you didn't, I have, but you won't have the plants. So it's up to you. You can cut out some of the veg and the bits and bobs from the papers and pop them in your trolley. And I can't wait to see what you do with that. Okay, so you just need to pop these little bits out from the trolley. Also, oops, there's a couple of little bits to pop out from the wheels. Right, so it's quite tight for gluing. It's only a really small area. So if you've got some fine tip glue, that would be really good for this. I'm going to give it a go with my Tombow though, like always. What I've done in preparation is I've already got my plants, well, some of them sorted. So we need that scrap. This is the same piece that we've been using, and I've stamped 4 plants, and I've already coloured 2 of them in with the blends, and I just thought I'd colour the last one in and then we'll cut them out. So using the dark pecan pie, just going around the top and the bottom. And then I just blend over it with the light. It's a bit blurry today. There we go. Got my big light on actually. And thank you for the birthday wishes last week. And thank you for the birthday cards that I got. I have done a little reel with them on, so it will have been on my Facebook page, on my Instagram. So I think Cheryl's on. Thank you for the card, and Anne, thank you for your card too. So we've coloured in 4. That was quick. Put that away. Okay. Just cutting them out with the dies. I love this little plant stamp. Okay. That went quite well. Right, so I'm going to use my grubby piece, but you can't really see that because that's going to get covered up with the plants. Okay, so what the easiest way to do this, actually, I'm going to stamp my greeting on, and I'm going to do happy birthday with pecan pie. That's great, Betty. You find a way that works best for you. I must admit, when I colour them and then I cut them, I always get a bit worried that I'm not going to cut them out okay. But that was quite a successful experience. There we go. Happy birthday. And then what we can do is we can glue the wheels on first. Have I got the wrong glue? Right. Okie doke. And now I'm going to position that there, but I'm going to pop my plants on and then grab some foam pads. But don't put foam pads on just yet, because this is the mistake I made when I demonstrated this. You don't need foam pads everywhere. So I'm going to start over here. This one's fine. You might be best with the mini ones. But this is going to be my first one, so you can foam pad that up. That's fine. It's going to go like that. And then the next one is going to overlap it. So we really only need a foam pad at this side. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off. And pop a little bit of glue. Like that. This one at the other end, you can put 2 foam pads on that. Just keep taking the trolley back to make sure it fits in okay. There it does. And then this one can go over the top. So I might just put a narrow piece all the way down and it'll slide in there. Okay. And then all we need to do then, so we've done that, is put the trolley over the top like that. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue now. My glue is clogged up, so I've opened it and I've got a piece of scrap paper with some glue, which is actually quite good for doing this. Oops. Okay. Pop that on there. Just hold it down a few moments. Betty, breathe, breathe, love. Because it's all looking good. It's all looking good, Betty. There we have our little trolley. Right, so we'll bring back our piece. Now, it's up to you I think I've put mine up too high before. So this time I'm going to do this a bit different. First time I tied twine round it. Second time I didn't, and I didn't like it without the twine. So I'm going to go back to the twine. Okay. And then this is going to go on here. This could be interesting. I think I'll be sorting my glue out after this. Okay. Actually, should have done this first, but never mind. Should have put the trolley on last, I mean. Whoopsie. I'm not having the best day today. Oh, I'm having an off day. My glue's gone awry. Then we just need a little bit of my favourite linen thread. Tuck it under here. Now, I like to pull this in and nip the ribbon in, but because this is a really thick burlap, you won't be able to do that. It's too thick to squeeze that in. So I'm just going to tie this linen thread around it. Oh, and happy haircut. Pull it in a little bit, see what happens. Oops, that didn't work. And there we go. Excuse me, that's today's card. Yes, the sticky sheets. I used them yesterday when I made a birthday card with some letters on for a name. I made the mini alphabet dies. I use the sticky sheets for that. Yeah, very good for that. But be good for the trolley too. Yeah. So there is today's make. So please do share on my VIP group. I do love seeing your cards that you make on there, as does everybody else. Right. Let's pop these away back in the bag. I'll show you next week's, and then I can say goodbye because I have to go out ASAP this morning. Oh, thanks, Anne. Right, next week's is a bit more colourful. Two options. So this is the original design. Actually, I think this was my original one. This was my original one. And then we're doing some paper piecing if you've got the stamps. And then I saw someone in on my demonstrator day used a blend and made spotty tissue paper coming out of the bag, which I loved. Yeah, so that's their two versions if you've got the stamps and the dies. And then the other version is just for the papers, and it's exactly the same layout, but we're just going to fill a bag. And you might notice I'm also doing some doodling again, and I've got my black fine liner for next week. So if you have one of those and you want to practice, then bring that along next week. I will be online. I've got a stamper stack, summer stamper stack online. All the videos will be pre-recorded, but I will be chatting live. I'll be commenting. So that's on Saturday. Starts in the morning and goes across 3 or 4 hours. So it's very, very slow pace. The cards are quite simple. So my job this afternoon is finish cutting all the kits out for that and get them in the post. So yes, looking forward to that on Saturday. Thank you to people who booked on for that. So if you've nothing to do on Saturday afternoon and you want to craft along with us, these are some of the cards we will be doing on Saturday, and I will look forward to seeing you then. Have a great Tuesday, and I might chat online with you on Saturday. See you then. Bye.